figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm not deleting him. I'm just taking ownership of him.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to Fallout, Texas. Chapter Rising and session 67 today. Moving right along. Last session, we finished up the quest for the research, retrieving the research. We did have a mysterious stranger assisting the players, although it's not so mysterious. It just the player wasn't here for him, so it became mysterious stranger instead. I'm gonna prod you about that a little bit today. When the opportunity arises, I won't go out of my way to do it. You know. However, now that they have finished with that, they got choices to make. You need to get that research back to Crockett's men. You need to, well, I guess you don't need to, but you have the option to return Slash's body to his family in Carbon. Let me show you the map. I was waiting for everybody to get on, then I totally forgot to push it out there. Oh, it's not giving it to you, Eugene, for some reason. Or not Eugene, Jerem.
Right.
Maybe because I haven't added you to the party. Let me do that. No, I added you to the party. So why doesn't it push it to you? Well, that is weird. So, Jeremy, if you'll just go into images and look for Texas-current known. I've pushed it twice now. You're in the party. I don't know why it's not giving it to you.
Sure.
Or maybe I can do this. Here, I'll drop it in chat. There you go. So, you have the hollow quest marker above Carbon. That means it's a side quest. You don't have to do it. It doesn't really progress anything except for its own individual story. And the solid quest marker, put it down right there as the last place you know that one of Crockett's men's lieutenants was near Camp Bullis in the ruins there. And that's where you are to return the research at. So, what are we going to do?
Did we return the Raven's Watch already, or were we on the way there, or are we still in the?
You're currently at the power plant that was turned into a research facility.
Power plant. Yeah,
you're still there at the moment.
Okay. Can I want to pull out of my bag another hit of Daddy-O, and I'm gonna just take more drugs to ease my pain.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Anybody else doing anything?
David, what was that? The name of that map again?
Texas current known. I dropped it into the chat. You should be able to click it on the chat now.
No?
No?
What's chat? Exactly.
Chat window. In Fancy Grounds.
Fancy Grounds.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
Does anybody else see it in the chat window?
Yeah, I see it.
You see it? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, what's the deal with your account, Jerem?
Oh.
Check your modules. Make sure you got modules loaded.
One second.
Your weapon's working.
But it didn't roll over here. I don't see anything over there.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Yeah, you got connection issues then. That's the only thing I can think of. Did you update?
I did.
Huh.
Let's see. Modules. Yeah, I've got Adventure 4, 2D20 Quick Start, and then Settler's Guide and Wanderer's Guide. Oh, they're on the left side. It should be active. Right?
Yeah.
That's-
Okay.
You want me to restart?
Yeah, restart. We'll see if that works. And yeah, sorry about that echo there.
It's okay.
Getting my stream manager up and running on my iPad, and it doesn't like to show me the live video feed for some reason. So I had to switch over to a different method. And then my iPad audio was turned on for some reason. That's always fun.
So possibly one of the updates didn't take. I just redid the updates, and then I saw one of them did something.
Okay. So yeah, you may have had a bad
Possibly,
update.
so might have just missed something. 'Cause it did all the other ones real quick, and then it paused for one and to do it, and then went through the rest of them. And I was like, oh, I missed something. Okay. Continue.
Okay. Is that the one?
Who's piloting the vertibird that we got? That's Eugene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Night Eugene, Night Journeyman. What should I call you? Do I gotta call you by your title?
Just Eugene's fine.
Eugene, where do you want to bury him? Where should we bury him? I don't know.
That question's better suited for Jack. They know each other.
Oh. Okay.
Well, his
I'll
family's
fly us
in
wherever we need to
Corbin.
go.
His family's in Corbin, so
We should take him there then, huh?
yeah.
I'm sorry I was reckless, Jack, and you lost a friend because of that.
Well, far from the first time, and certainly not going to be the last. Though, I'm sure he was doing something that wasn't entirely kosher.
Oh, sure. Blame the victim.
Though, I'm also very sure that if somebody didn't run their mouth at the wrong time, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I don't know what else to say other than my condolences, and I will, in the future, try to rein myself in and be more, cognizant of my allies and the situation. Do you want some drugs?
I can't take any.
Oh, because you're a ghoul. You can't take drugs because you're a ghoul.
What's the point? None of them will affect me.
Fair. How long have you been a ghoul? If you don't mind my asking.
I watched the bombs fall.
Okay. You've seen some stuff. That must have been one.
Well, I've been been back and forth from both coasts, seen more than I can recall at any given time. And most of the time I don't really think too hard about that. Because that's one of the ways to just lose yourself.
While Jack and Leo are speaking over Slash's body, Eugene and Hazel, what are you two doing?
That's a good question. I think I'm just looking out the window, taking in the wasteland vibes, and kind of just listening into the conversation, because I want to learn a bit more without prying too much, especially at like a sensitive time, especially for Jack. So I'm just, listening.
Okay.
Probably coming up with a solution for some sort of biohazard transport. Like a bag or something.
He's mostly inside the power armor still. All right. Well, while what remains of the party is figuring out transportation for Slash's body, reminiscing over their time with Slash and talking about the histories and other such things, I'm going to ask that everybody except for Jeremy, ignore the following conversation. Because I don't feel like switching over to another channel at the moment. Jerm.
Yeah.
You got your new character, right?
Yes.
All right. Last session, your character kind of stayed out of in the shadows. You fired your weapon a couple times to hit the Red River guys from the back. You gathered everything together that the players needed because you were there as a spy to begin with, so you knew exactly what they were coming for. You gathered it all together, put it into a neat little stack for them, and left it for them to take when they finished off the Red River guys. Excuse me. You, however, escaped out the back way before they got in, and have been making your way back to Camp Bullis, where doggone it, forgot his name. Charles Zenko. Yes, he's your direct commanding officer in Crockett's Men. And just so you know, William B. Ward is not your real name. That is your Crockett's Men name.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Yeah. If anybody's out there watching or any other players want to look it up, you can actually look up the names I give for the Crockett's Men, and you'll find that they are actually all part of the Last Stand at the Alamo. I am using their actual names as quote unquote code names for the Crockett's Men here.
Cool.
So you're making your way there, which means you're going to be in and out of this depending on what the rest of the party decides to do. And I'll make some adjustments to it to make sure you still get in on the session as things go along. But that's what you're currently doing while they're, you've left long before they even started packing things up. So you're more than on your way towards Camp Bullis. All right. So Eugene has figured out a way of transporting Slash's remains in a good way. That's not going to be a biohazard in any way, and gets him loaded onto the vertibird. Conversations take place during this time, and learn a little bit more about each other. Some eavesdropping on others to learn more about each other. And you're now getting ready to take off. Will you be heading? Where are you going to head to? I can think of 3 places you might go off the top of my head, but it's up to you guys. Or maybe it's up to the pilot. Maybe the pilot just overrides everybody. So no, we're going here.
I'm tempted to, because that stuff can seep through the air filtration system, and you're gonna have a bad time if we take too long.
Well, sounds like heading to Carbon directly then.
Eugene, I didn't know you were a germaphobe. All this
It
time.
ain't about the germs, it's about the smell.
Yeah. Slash has to die before I figure out that you're a germaphobe. That's awesome. All right. I'm going to try to keep my mic muted so I don't make too many.
You're fine. You're fine.
Ghost comment.
It can be one of those episodes where it's like everybody's reminiscing. They're imagining their own version of Slash coming in and talking to them.
Oh, that might be a little interesting.
Yes. So do not mute your mic. I think that'll be fun. Everybody's having their own conversation with Slash in their head.
And here I thought I wouldn't have to bring him back up. And now I got to get back to the character. Okay.
Well,
All right. So where are you headed, Eugene?
I'm headed to Carbon if everybody's good with that.
let's go then.
Okay.
Apparently, everyone.
Can you do me a favor, David? Where are we? And where am I? Where were we?
Where were you? You were over here.
Okay.
It was a non-permanent location, so I didn't put a marker for it. So you were here. There's Carbon. There's your hollow quest marker, and here's the solid quest marker. Hollow quest markers are side quests. The solid one is always the primary or main story quest lines.
Okay.
I'm sending you a message, Germ. On Discord.
Yeah.
All right. So you're headed to Carbon. We're not going to worry too much about the time it takes you to get there. We're just going to go ahead and kind of get there since you're in the vertibird. We're not overly worried about that. As you travel over Ravenwatch, though, because from where you're at and going to Carbon, you will go past Ravenwatch. You do receive an update from them. They're seeing you. They could update you further out because the radios and everything, but they like to do it when they see that you're nearby and just make sure that you get it and are aware of it. They indicate that there are still radio signals coming from certain areas. I got the wrong one pulled up. Can't believe I did that. Here it is.
Believe you've done this.
There's still a signal coming from the Boston Commonwealth, and there are still some strange signals coming from the far west. Mutants and other factions in the far west are some kind of conflict brewing over there.
Any
The one from
word
Boston
on-
Commonwealth is requesting trade. To anybody that can hear the signal. What does that Leo.
Any news on the Legion? On that Western chatter, was there like any mention of the Legion or anything? Any of their movements, or was it just the super mutants?
No, it's just well, it doesn't even say specifically super mutants, just mutants. So the full here, I'll share it because since this is your version as well. Underline means it's been done. So it's 1 in 4 that are still available. So it's just there are some mutants being targeted by another faction from the West.
Oh, okay.
So not a whole lot of information there. And mutants in this context could be super mutants. It could be ghouls.
Anything.
Yeah, anything in that realm.
Okay. Huh. Well, I wonder what that faction from the West. I wonder what that is. I kind of say out loud to myself, but not really to anyone in particular.
Mm-hmm. Everybody is roleplay it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. And I want to know who it was back there who saved the day and helped us. That was strange.
That was strange. Yeah. You like left all the research on a neat little pile on the desk for us.
Never saw him.
I feel like we'll be paying for that later, probably.
Yeah. If this was one of Crockett's men, then they may have set us up as a distraction for this. Also, since they didn't want us to kill or try to minimize killing the Red River people, we might be getting yelled at.
Well, I don't care if I get yelled at by some Crockett's man. I don't even know these people. And to be honest, it's justified yelling, I think. We probably, well, I know that I could have handled that a lot better, so.
Yep.
It just keeps piling on.
It just keeps piling on. Oh my goodness.
I think at this point
you're doing half the piling yourself.
I am.
Stop the cup.
Well, I mean, Leo has a lot of pent up shame from his time in the war.
I think it'd be at this time where Eugene would just be like, "Don't beat yourself up, man. He shouldn't have been standing there."
Yeah. Well, we did know that the place was bombed, but I just had to go one step too far. I had to test the boundaries again.
But that's what heroes do. Everybody kind of hears that voice in their head. Yeah, it's in Slash's voice, and it's a little bit like it's words that he's never uttered specifically in that order before, but it's close enough to you all just like for a moment think he's actually there. So, well, that's what heroes do.
Well, let's put him to rest and avenge his death to the best of our ability, I think.
Yeah, you get to explain that one.
Yes, sir, I do.
To his parents.
Yes, sir.
After hearing Slash's voice, I'm just gonna turn the radio up a little louder.
Okay. The radio happens to be playing a very somber song. I'm actually going to turn it up a little bit here. It's the Bard's Lament.
Mm.
No more happy classical music for the moment.
Where's Rocket 69 when you need it, you know?
You gotta accentuate the positive, you know?
Exactly.
All right. Well, if there's no other discussion, we will go ahead and advance you guys onto Carbon.
All right.
You land somewhat outside the city, not as far as the swirling traces you found before of other vertebrates landing. You're not here in secret or anything. So you get a little bit closer. A bunch of kids coming running out, talking about, oh, look at the flying machine. It's the giant dragonfly. And a lot of the adults are kind of, a bit standoffish. This is the first time they see one has landed here this close. The Brotherhood has flown over before with their vertibirds. You've flown over before, but nothing has landed this close to Carbon in the past. So they're all very interested. And of course, the term the giant dragonfly is being used quite a bit by the kids, some of the more old timers, some of the militants, the Tang military personnel. They know it's a vertibird and they recognize that. They try to correct a few of the people that are calling it giant dragonflies. And no, that's a vertibird. It's old war tech. But most of the people are just like, oh no, that's the giant dragonfly. Those are the things that have been showing up when people disappear. So you're getting a few sideways glances about that as well. What would you like to do?
Well, unload Flash and
Do we know where his parents are, like his family is?
I know where their house is.
Yes, Jack, you know that they live on the outskirts of town. Not on the side you landed on exactly, but they run a ranch with a Brahmin, so they're a little bit further out. They stay in their ranch house and come into town for trade.
Yeah, and also is getting out as tried to shoo some of the kids further back, just safety reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm sure got some of the Tang right there prepped in case of problems.
Yep, there's a few of the Tang guys there. They do recognize your uniform, Leo, that you're with Tang, so that when they see you step out, actually, are you being your power armor? Would you have painted the Tang logo on your power armor?
I don't know if I would have painted the Tang logo on the power armor, but if they do kind of step up, I will let it be known that I am with Tang.
Okay, so you'll do something in a way that'll let them know, and they'll stand a little bit more at ease.
Yeah,
knowing that there's a Tang person here. All right, they still kind of they shift from like, okay, what are these people doing here? Who are they? To, hey, all right, let's it's one of our guys. Let's keep the people back, keep the civilians back a little bit. They shift their focus there. Some of the people do start to recognize you, Jack, since you've lived in Carbon for a while. And then when they don't see Slash, they see a body being carried out. They start to get the idea.
Somebody should probably get a hold of the Howards if they ain't at home.
One of the civilians there, you recognize him as a trader. He deals in a lot of the beef and everything from the Brahmin. He steps up and says, the Howards haven't come into town in quite some time now. They're probably due in for a trade in the next day or so.
All right. They're not overdue, are they?
Nah, no more than usual. Sometimes they're a little bit later than normal.
Okay.
So and you interpret that as it's overdue from what they said, but not overdue from any more than they've been overdue in the past. So it's a yes and a no.
It's a day or two either way, not
Yeah.
haven't been seen in 2 weeks and no one's
Yeah.
sure what's up.
Standard operating procedure.
Yeah.
No one's
Yeah.
heard from the Howards in 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, they do go weeks without contact. So 2
Yeah.
weeks is not out of the bounds. They're probably like if they don't show up tomorrow, then it's time to get worried. And if it's another 3 days, then send a search party.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah, how do we transport? Are we have to take pieces of him? Do we have like a stretcher or something we can like carry his body on?
So Eugene took care of that before you guys left the research location.
Oh, okay.
So you got him. You've basically, because his power armor, he was still in the power armor frame, although the power armor itself was really, the armor parts was all destroyed and everything. So you've gotten him out of the frame now, and he's on the stretcher in as much of one piece as you could return him. His head is gone. There was no putting that back together.
Yeah.
Just based off the image that Jerem was able to create, that's the one part that is completely gone.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's all kind of there, but it's mostly you got it all underneath a blanket because it's not something anybody wants to look at.
Yeah, that was my next question. Is it covered?
Yes,
Is he
it
covered?
is covered.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess I'll look over to Jack and say, just lead the way.
Okay. I will assume that you guys will lock up the vertibird, and probably not set up the turret, because the turret will shoot at anything that's not behind or in close proximity to Slash's Pip-Boy, is the way that turret is broken. So just locking it up and letting the Tang guys know, hey, keep an eye on it. We'll be back as soon as we deliver his remains to his family, kind of thing. So, and that's the GM saying, don't worry about the vertibird. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Kidding. I'm going to steal it. No, kidding. No,
Yeah.
it's now that you're thoroughly confused on what I'm actually going to do with the vertibird, let's move on. As you're traveling, Slash's Pip-Boy starts to beep fairly incessantly as you're about 3/4 of the way through town to get to the side that you need to travel from to get to his parents' ranch.
all right, pull the Pip-Boy, hit, I presume, button to acknowledge whatever it's doing.
Mm-hmm. It shows a display. It says, user life signs are been undetected for too long. Play pre-recorded message, ? And then a yes or a no at the bottom.
I'll hold that off until we get to the parents.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. His parents are, like I said, out on the outskirts of what is considered the settlement, although there is quite a distance between the settlement proper and their ranch. So it takes you about 3 hours to walk there. When you arrive, you begin to notice some strange things. The Brahmin, some Brahmin are still there, but they're on their sides. You see one of the fence sections has been broken through from the inside, not the outside. And there's not nearly as many Brahmin, although they're all laying on their side, which is strange. There's not as many as you would expect to be there.
Looks like hard times here, huh?
Seeing this, set Slash aside. Looks like we need to look into some things.
Is this not normal?
And just turn and look at Leo like, are you kidding?
Oh, I've never been here before. I don't know what their farm is like. They could have a really bad farm.
Yeah, Jack, you do suddenly realize, thinking back from your time on the West Coast, where Leo is originally from, with the NCR, that this could very much look like just a farm that's had some hard times, and nothing really out of the ordinary.
Okay, well, point to the Brahmin. They don't do that usually. And then
Sleep?
the smash. They usually, if they're gonna sleep, they're either standing up or they're not on their side, they're laying with their legs tucked under them.
Oh. You think they're dead?
Can we see movement of rib cages and such like from where we are?
From
I can pull
your
out my sniper.
from your current distance, unless you pull out the sniper, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay.
I'll pull out my sniper.
Okay. Give me a survival perception, please.
Okay, main survival perception. Endurance. How do I change it from endurance to survival?
Click
Or
On the perception.
click on perception. The button will look like it's depressed, and then click the normal roll.
gotcha. Okay.
All right.
3 successes.
That earns you guys 2 action points. You do not see any movement on these cows. In fact, with the extra successes there, you're fairly certain you're seeing their rib cages, not like poking through the skin, but like you can see the
like
definition of rib
emaciated.
cages. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll relay that. Like, yeah, these they look like emaciated Brahmin. Looks like they haven't been fed in a while if they're alive. I don't even know if they're breathing or not. It doesn't look like it, to be honest. Jack, I think you're right. Something bad happened here.
Right. And
I'm gonna go up to one and do a medicine check if I could.
Okay. Are you guys going to put Slash aside, like on the ground, and walk more freely?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
make
so you
the
have a look.
Yeah, I'll try to stay back with him, and stay within range of my sniper if anything bad happens.
okay.
But I'll stay with his body.
All right, Hazel, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that we should go and have a look because we need to investigate before we go in, really.
So Eugene, you go with everybody setting Jack or Slash down. You take some longer strides to get up there, and you get close enough to do a medicine check on these Brahmin. Go ahead and make that roll.
Okay. And I'll say, wrench, scan for abnormalities. And I'll have him help. Ooh, those rolls. Cautious.
Oh my goodness! Blood bugs burst from the belly of the dead Brahmin.
I mean, yeah, I could do that. I didn't add the correct number of action points to me today because there's 5 players.
I think they're just a little tuckered out.
Yeah. I'm not going to do anything terrible with that complication. I'm just going to take an action point for it. Now, Eugene, you know that they're dead, but you cannot tell what killed them at this point. It could have been starvation, and that's why they look emancipated, or they could have been something else, and just they're decaying from the inside out, and so that's what makes them look emancipated. You don't know. All you know for sure is that they're dead. Now that you're up close, because that's a very obvious thing.
Yeah, it's kind of shrug.
And I guess check the house.
Okay. The door is locked.
Sorry, go ahead.
Alright, so do they keep a spare key?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay. And I guess knocking's not going to be much use. Guess check the barn.
Why wouldn't knocking be any of use?
Considering what else is around up, I'm expecting there wouldn't be anybody responding.
But you don't know that for sure.
Okay, I'll try knocking.
Well, Jack goes to. Jack, if you want to go to the barn, I cannot.
Okay, Hazel comes up and knocks because she can tell that Jack is like, it's no use to knock.
Yeah, they're all
Hazel,
dead in here.
Hazel
Jade,
knocks.
the Wastelander.
You wait a moment or two. Of course, nothing happens on the door. Everybody give me a survival perception that's close enough to the door to see if you hear anything.
I'm too far away. Oh, didn't mean to roll that.
Right. How do I do this? Help me, please.
So on your main tab, click the perception ability, and then it'll have a depressed look, and then just go down and click the D20 on survival, and then it'll use the perception ability instead of the typical endurance one.
Ooh, nice roll.
I thank you for the extra action point. Let's see. Anybody else was Eugene? Eugene's out with the cow. Okay, so Jack, you're the only one that succeeded and is close enough. In addition to obviously nobody coming to the door after Hazel knocked, you do not hear any kind of movement at all to indicate that somebody's heard the knock and is getting up to come and get the door.
Okay.
In addition to.
In addition to.
Yes. So, I guess, haven't tried this in a while, and it's, gonna try and pick the lock.
Okay. So as you get down to the lock pick, or to the lock itself, it is a older lock. You can kind of just not really see through all the way because darkness on the side, but it is a all the way through kind of lock. I want you to give me another, perception survival. Give me another perception survival, Jack. Yeah, there you go. You smell rot.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll try to pick the lock first, just...
Okay. Go ahead. You succeed. Do you want to cautious nature that 17, try and get another success?
No, I'll
All right.
let it stand.
Get one action point from there then. You get the lock picked. Door's still closed. It's just unlocked now.
Right, so begin searching the house.
It does not take you long to find the bodies of Slash's parents. They are in the living area. I'll let the former voice of Slash explain their positioning.
Oh no.
Well, as you come into the house, they're all sitting around the dinner table like nothing's happened. And, they got the dinner there, and the pot's all full, and it's probably stinking a little bit. I'm sorry about that. But, everybody's got a bowl there. There's a place set up for me and a place set up for you. Unfortunately, I had to put a bag over their heads and such because I couldn't take it anymore. I'm sorry. It just looks kind of nasty. But, yeah, you have to look a little closer to find out exactly what happened.
I didn't realize he'd used the actual happy-go-lucky voice.
Yeah, that was kind of hard. That was
That
really
was-
He
hard.
sounds pretty happy that his whole family are dead.
But it fits the Fallout style perfectly. I love it. Dark humor, Fallout.
Thank you very much. I'll be here for a few more moments.
So you see his parents sitting around the dinner table, rotting food sitting out. The bodies are rotting, bags over their heads. A couple extra places set as well, as if Slash, a place was set for Slash, and if I understood the description correctly, a place was set for Jack.
Yeah, the normal
Okay.
place that me and Jack would be sitting if we were having dinner, with them.
Yeah. So, who's gonna venture forward?
I'll catch up with the group and take a peek in there.
Yeah, we're gonna say that with the door being opened, Jack probably goes in and just calls everybody, "Hey, everybody come over here." It's nothing active. It's an old situation. Let's everybody gather in the house and look into it. So everybody's moved forward.
Yeah, as I'm moving forward, can I just do like a quick look around the perimeter of the farm, just to see if anyone's watching this place or if we're alone here?
I won't even make you do a roll for it. You are everything that you can tell with your sniper scope and all. You're alone. There is nobody else here.
Okay, then I will head into the house with everyone else.
Okay. All right.
And
So
say, "Oh my goodness, it smells like death in here."
So everybody is now in the house. Probably Sun's power armor, since the house door is not big enough for power armor to get through.
Yep.
Sure.
If that's for an issue for anybody, I guess they'll stay outside. Will that be an issue for Eugene?
Nah, he'll get out and
Okay.
go inside.
All right. So with the four of you in there, and Slash's voice in the back of your head, and just looking at this scene, it's very obvious that they were not struggling when they died, and the bags over their heads. What are you going to do?
At this point, thinking, after checking, make sure that the bags is what did it, or at least make sure there's no external sign of something.
Okay.
Go
Do a
and
medical
take-
check for me.
Type. Base?
Yeah,
Or-
base medical.
Alright. Straight. Okay, well.
Okay. You succeed. Slash, if you would.
I'm gonna ask you a question on
On Discord?
yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Change stuff. And I misspelled this. So
No, they are not. It was, if I remember correctly, it was. Well, I'll put it back in there.
gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Now they didn't get it the same way you did. They got it because of the invasion.
Gotcha. Right. So after that, let me get back into that voice. Well, it looks like they had to get tied down first. They were struggling. You could see the burn marks and such on their wrist and on their ankles and such. They look kind of wild though, not just normal. But and then did you take the mask off or the bag off?
Yes.
And when you take the bag off, you can tell that their eyes and the mouth are all kind of foaming, and the eyes are all bugged out. They might have been strangled or suffocated, but they definitely were struggling, but not just struggling because they were dying.
So with your medical
So they
check,
were-
go ahead.
I wasn't. No, Leo doesn't know that. I forgot that was all in Jack's head.
No, he'd be sharing this a bit. So I go ahead.
It sounds like they were bound, tortured, and then killed here.
I don't know. To me, it sounds more like they knew that they were going to turn into something else, and maybe they wanted to stop it before it took them over.
Jack, I always get scared when the mutants come out.
Yeah. More inference on my part, but pull this empty vial with some residue out of one of my bags, pouches, whatever. Sounds like the early stages of what this stuff would do to you.
What's that stuff?
It makes really, really nasty super mutants, amongst other things. And I think we're gonna be running into more like this along the way. Well, and guess bury the bodies, let town folk know.
The pit boy
And-
beeps again.
Oh, the message.
Right, and hit the button, hit yes.
So you see, a cheerful, Slash sitting down at the dinner table. Kind of your perspective if you were sitting across the table from. And he reaches out and you see him basically pull back from touching a button or something on the pit boy. I'm sorry I did whatever I did to get me here. I hope I didn't get you caught up or Eugene. Sometimes things happen that way. I couldn't do the killing no more. I just wanted to make it safe, for people to trade stuff. And I was just being a hero and it was in the parallax. In the parallax, it got me a little bit, and I think it got my parents too. I think it got them. And then he reaches over and pushes the button.
He thinks he got him. What does that mean?
So I will. This is knowledge that Jack will have.
Yeah.
But if it's all right with you, Jack, I'll explain it.
Please do.
So several sessions back, Jack and Slash, so it was before Eugene joined, actually. They were sent on a mission to find the scientists to look into this serum. They found him in an underground cave with a strange portal, which started this whole other side quest that had nothing to do with the serum. This portal took them to an other world parallel to ours called the Parallax, where they followed the trail of yet another scientist, a pre-war scientist, who had originally discovered the portal and was able to activate it with radiation. However, in this Parallax, there were many creatures and things that would mess with your head. And as the two worlds began to bleed together because because Jack and Slash had came over here and were following this trail, they actually went to the Parallax version of Carbon, and they were able to see bleed through from your Carbon. And then at the exact same time, your Carbon was getting bleed through from the Parallax, and it affected the people there. They were seeing visages of people that were long dead or people that didn't recognize, floating heads without a body, all kinds of things. Now, obviously the party eventually got back, so they were able to close the portal. That's why Jack is now a glowing one, because he had to absorb all the radiation to deactivate the portal. And they both came out of that touched by the Parallax. They had visions and different things happening to them because of the Parallax. These cities or settlements that also had some of that bleed through at the time, primarily just Carbon, because that's the only one that the party went to in the other world. So they actually caused that bleed through by visiting the settlement. Many of those people there also experienced unsettling things, and Jack's parents were foremost among them.
Yeah. Yep. And
Not Jack's parents, Slash's parents. My bad.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, seeing that, Jack was like, great. I knew that was gonna bite us eventually. And starts to collect up the bodies to bury them.
Yeah. Yeah, let's bury these poor people.
And after try to hand the pit boy off to Eugene. Just
I grab it and slap it on.
Okay.
all right, and guess go back to town, let them know, and continue on with our mission. If nobody's got anything else going.
The only thing I wanted to do is, assuming it was still on Slash, get the automatic shotgun mod, put it on there, and bury it with him.
Ah, okay. I thought we were getting ready to, I'm going to use this automatic shotgun now that Slash is gone.
Nah, it's nice, but that's all the more reason to. We're gonna leave this here with you, bud. Finally got you. Finally got your auto shotgun.
Okay. All right. We will deal with the rest of his inventory later. For now, aside from the automatic shotgun and everything, you'll probably gather up the rest of it, like ammo and stuff. Like, he doesn't need that, and you'll put it all into a bag and sort it out later. So I got a phone call in the middle of your description of what you were doing there, Jack. So what was the first part? Did you come to any conclusion as to what happened here? I know you guys are going to go bury them, let the town know, but what was the first part?
I knew that this was gonna bite us eventually, and then, yeah, that was one about burial and all that.
Okay. All right, and this would bite us. You're talking about the parallax?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I lost the context a little bit there with that phone call. It was my mom, so I was like, I got to answer this.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you head back into town after burying Slash alongside his parents. Anything you want to put on the tombstones? Well, I suppose it's really going to be more wooden crosses potentially than actual stones, given the time frame and such.
Hero.
The hero we needed, but didn't, don't deserve.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he probably. I didn't think about that, but he might have made some tombstones for the three of them,
Okay.
knowing that this was going to happen.
So I'm guessing he probably would not put anything on his except for his name. What would he put on his parents?
The old Irish saying, "May the road always come up to meet you."
Okay.
Basically, they were travelers, so they always, they were always moving and stuff. This is the longest they've stayed in anywhere, except for when he was very young. So,
All right.
and they basically would have just made, like you would have seen that the back of the chairs, basically that they sat in, would have been like the tombstone. So you could just like pop that off and put that there. So still, wood and stuff, but it would have been engraved on the back of their chairs and stuff when he pulled them up. And such, and probably would have seen mine, just sitting there. So.
All right.
Yep.
So with that done, the hero we needed but not the one we deserved added to Slash's. You head back into town, inform them what happened, inform the authorities as well. The authorities actually very quickly work on the execution of the will and the estate, and it turns out that the Howards left everything to Slash, but they had a caveat in there. If after Slash started his adventures, they decided to add a caveat that if Slash was did not survive to receive the estate and everything, then it would go to Jack. So Jack, you now own the ranch.
Okay.
Of course, they had other caveats. If Jack also died, then this person, that person. But you were next in line after Slash.
All right. Well,
You're the proud owner of a shack and a bunch of carcasses. Sorry about that.
and Jack has running through back of his mind, like, more deeds than he wants to remember, but over here and over here and over here and over here where he has had various places over all of this time. Like, another one. And actually asks if anybody, ask somebody Presumably somebody in town would be able to do this, but set up a tenant farming situation.
Okay, you basically hire a property manager, and they'll go out and find somebody to run the ranch as an actual ranch. You of course put in some pre-arranged rules that the graves are not to be messed with. That's always to remain as a memorial site for Slash and his parents. And but then the rest of the ranch is to be operated as a Brahmin farm, and you get the rent from it. Of course, a portion goes to the property manager as well for keeping a good and stable tenant in there.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the numbers later, depending on how long the campaign runs, or this particular campaign runs for this character. Yeah. Okay. You all pour one out for the dearly departed. I got my Sprite.
Yeah.
Not going to pour any actually out here, but toast.
There's a puddle of Sprite on your floor.
It'd be on my keyboard, unfortunately, and so no. That's not happening.
Pour some Mountain Dew in my cup. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, I miss Mountain Dew. I can't find it here. So where are you headed next? Your side quest is completed. Let me drag that off the primary map area, if it'll let me. There we go.
Before we leave Carbon, can I report to the local Tang officials?
You can. The Carbon is one of the smaller settlements here, so it doesn't have a proper HQ. It just has a barracks with a captain that's in charge of the men here.
That's fine. I just want to inform the captain of the past couple days I've had, and that I have ingratiated myself with the Crockett's men.
The captain laughs at you. Crockett's men there. That's a fake. Whoever's telling you stories about the Crockett's men, or if they're part of the Crockett's men, they're lying to your face. But you go right on ahead. I can't override your orders. I think it's a waste of manpower, but you go right on ahead believing that stuff.
Okay, Captain. If that's how you see it, I will continue my mission. And then I'll leave and just thinking, wow, that guy's a piece of work, huh? And
and when you get to the vertibird, and Jack looks at you. You told them about Crockett's men, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Was that a problem? They didn't seem to believe me at all.
No, and they won't, because I've been dealing with the Crockett's men for, it's what, month and a half, 2 months now?
Yeah.
And I'd barely heard rumors of stories of supposed heroes, maybe. Nobody believes that Crockett's men's really around except Crockett's, well, the actual people. And that's how they like it. So you may have put a target on your back telling your
Oh my goodness. I can just do nothing right today. What a bad day for Leo.
That just sounds like karma.
They like being kind of a open secret, because that makes it so they can do their job better. At least that's what they believe. Granted, they're not the only bunch around that acts like that. And hopefully we get to smash that other group and keep them smashed.
Didn't mean to roll that. I was just trying to hold on to it to clear my chart. My bad.
That's right.
Whoa. How did you get...
Everybody has that skill. It's just
Okay.
I can't put it on one character. It's everybody has a skill list. It's like only one character is allowed to actually put points into it.
Okay. So, and look to Eugene. When you're ready, we can. Think we're down here.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's
the party headed?
Before we go, I'm gonna say saving this for happier times, but get out the Nuka darts. I only got 3, so I'm gonna hand it to my 3 companions there. I'm gonna say, pour some out for Slash, and may he rest in peace. And I'll pop a Nuka Cola.
All right.
Toast it.
I will bring is the dart?
Yeah, Nuka dart.
All right. I'll drop that into chat so that Hazel, Jack, and Leo can grab a copy of it.
Excuse me.
And then this one is alcoholic, so you immediately gain +2 AP. Reroll 1d20 on agility tests. And what did the alcoholic do? You can roll a DC 6 equal to the number of alcoholic drinks you've consumed during this session. If 2 or more effects are rolled, you are addicted. And add +1 to the difficulty of charisma and agility test while not under the effects. So, who's drinking up? Pouring out a little bit for Slash and then drinking up.
I guess I will drink as well. I'll go ahead and consume that Nuka dart.
Yeah, sorry guys, that kind of took a weird twist. Y'all were just thought y'all were gonna say, some bad things to some parents. Yeah.
Yeah, well. This
All right.
happened.
Jack, do you not get affected by alcohol?
I believe it's amongst the ghoul things we're basically immune to anything addictive or any of the drugs.
Okay. Yeah. Because it didn't automatically roll for you, but it automatically rolled for everybody else, which is interesting. However, if 2 or more affect... Oh, so both of you are fine. Nobody got addicted.
Yeah.
Requires 2. So, lucky. Hazel, are you going to be drinking the Nuka Dark?
I'm kind of scared to because I feel like I'm going to be the one that gets addicted. But no,
no.
I will. I will drink it.
You need to drink 2.
You would have to drink 2 and get 2 effects. Fine. So 1 is going to be fine.
So I just press consume. Is that it?
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect.
And it'll roll. And you did not get an effect. So
delicious.
When Leo was taking all those drugs, did he do anything like that?
What was
I did Daddio, but I believe the addiction for drugs and alcohol are separate, so I'd have to take another drug in order to get addicted this session as well, because they roll on the same rule, but 2 separate.
Gotcha. I thought you had taken 2 things of Daddio. That's what I was.
Oh no, I just took 1 thing of Daddio earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, it was last session that he took the first one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to get my revenge somehow.
Yeah, they are treated as separate. At first I was like, no, you've taken 2 addictive things, but no, you either get addicted to the alcohol or you get addicted to the drugs, so they are separate.
Yeah.
Okay, low nose toast.
Why not both? Yes.
So are we going to Camp Bullis for the Crockett's men?
As far as I know, that's where we're supposed to go.
Yeah, I think so.
Give me 1 second here. Let's look Chat. I'm going to have to read those now that you're using the drugs. I'm going to have to look at those rules a bit more because the snippet of the rule on the Daddio is a little confusing.
Yeah, so it's just
So it says many chems are addictive. When you take an addictive chem, roll a number of d6 equal to the number of doses you've taken this session. If you roll a number of effects that equals or exceeds that chem's addiction number, you become addicted to that chem. But what is the addiction number? Oh, there it is. Never mind. I found it. It's 1 for Daddio.
Oh, so I could get addicted to Daddio. Okay, well, let me go ahead and roll combat die to see if I get addicted to Daddio. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you need to roll twice.
No, he would roll
Yeah.
1 from yesterday and then 1 from
Yeah.
today.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an addiction.
Yep. So you got addicted yesterday.
Okay, well, and then I'm addicted to Daddio, and I just took one today. So
here's your drawback. So a failed addiction roll renders you addicted to Daddio. You increase the difficulty of all perception and intelligence tests by 1 whenever you are not under the effects of Daddio.
okay,
So increase the number that you have of Daddio again and consume 1 more just so we can put the effects back on your character in the combat tracker. How long does it last? Duration lasts as though it's a whole session. So you'll need to consume 1 per
session.
Well, it's per scene actually. So a scene can cross between sessions or in the middle of a session and a new scene
Okay.
start.
Well, since we were in Carbon and I was addicted when I was in Carbon, would there have been a way where I could have possibly found someone to buy chems from before we left?
Yeah. What is the rarity on Daddio? Rarity 2. Yeah, Daddio will be available there. You can buy, let's do a 2d20. There's 21 units of Daddio available.
Ooh, I'm willing to spend some caps, and I have almost 1,600 to spend.
Okay. Let me do some math here. It's going to be a 10% markup from the base value starting.
Is there a way I can barter that down?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I say starting is
Yeah.
10%. So, let me do
Oh,
that.
I am not a good barterer. Oh my god, this is going to be bad.
So it's going to be 55 caps per. Yeah, you let your good barterer die.
Yeah.
So it'll be.
Just tell him your friend. Tell him your friend was slashed. It might work.
Nope.
It's going to be a
I'm gonna
difficulty 2 because the rarity is 2. I'm just match whenever you do bartering, unless there's a very special case. I think what I'm going to do is just make the difficulty of bartering be the same as the rarity of the item.
Okay. And since I'm on Daddio, my charisma tests increase by 1, so it's a difficulty of 3.
Oh,
Yeah. Daddio increases charisma tests difficulty.
okay.
And I rolled no successes, so
No successes,
10%. Yeah,
All right,
markup.
10% market.
Then I will buy. You said they're 55 a piece. I
Yep.
will buy 10 of them. That'll be 550 caps less.
Okay. Go ahead and adjust your caps and your Daddio counts.
What are all the effects of Daddio?
So Daddio reduce the difficulty of all perception and intelligence tests by 1 to a minimum of 0, but increase the difficulty to all charisma tests. And then once Daddio is out of your system, the charisma becomes normal, but you get an increase to your perception intelligence tests.
So, is your main weapon a perception weapon?
Yeah, agility is like one of my main stats. And I think I do use a lot of perception, yeah. But
Like,
I really just did
was
that,
that
you know,
a-
just because it was the first drug I pulled, and he just needed drugs because he felt so bad. So I didn't take
Right.
it for the stat increases.
Okay. So what is your what's the stats that your main weapon uses?
Let me pull them up. Let me see.
Small gun.
Yeah, small guns
That's
and agility.
agility. I think perception's
Oh.
more. It's-
Energy weapon is perception. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, energy weapon perception.
So it's not
So you
necessarily
took the wrong drug.
it's
not the
he's
beneficial
You took the wrong
addiction at all.
drug.
yeah. So he's not doing
this
the
is-
number
I need it.
crunching on it. He's just doing like the character has.
Oh yeah, no,
Issues.
that's yeah. Yep. You'll be your gateway.
Okay. Then, yeah, as I guess after buying all that, and as we're flying back to Camp Bullis, you can see me just going through and just arranging all my drugs as I have become just addicted to chems.
However, you were addicted to Daddio in particular. This one here is
Yeah,
actually very
that-
specific.
Yeah, Daddy-O in particular. Yeah,
Yeah, which I like that. It's not like just any chem will work. No, it's Daddio.
yeah, I have to have Daddy-O until I get that addiction. And I don't remember. I know a Dictol will remove addiction, and I think like a ribeye steak or something, or a Myler Queen steak or something like that.
Yeah,
I forget
there's
exactly
a
what it
couple
was.
options. All right. So, however, I am going to be a little bit mean.
Sure.
It doesn't mean you have to take it right away, but we are going to end that scene now that we've dealt with the research station. You've gone back. You've dealt with Slash's body and his parents and everything. We're now moving on to a brand new section, new step in the story, I guess it is, and that scene is now over. So anything that is lasting for a scene has ended, which means we'll go and clear your alcohol effects as well. However, you do gain the action points. Those will stay. I don't kill those after each scene. So how many Nuka Darks were drank in total?
3 Nuka
I
Darks
drank one.
and then 1 Nuka Cola,
I
right?
guess I added 1. There's 2. There's 3. And then Nuka Cola is 1 AP.
Correct.
All right. And then we can clear those from the combat tracker. And there we go. Okay.
Daddy-O.
So, up to you, Leo, when you want to do it. Strategically speaking, it may not be needed. A scene may go completely without any need for the skills that you would be lacking on.
I'll suffer the consequences of my actions and go through the withdrawal effects for now.
All right. And then, of course, if it gets too much, you can choose to use it in the middle of combat still.
Yeah,
if
for sure.
the things get to that point. All right. So you make your way back to Camp Bullis. You land somewhere near the outskirts so that you don't really get seen by the Alamo. But also, you're just trying not to draw attention to the fact that there's a big meeting happening at Camp Bullis. In this particular case, I will go and assume that you guys will set up the turret. You're not near a settlement where you know the people or anything like that. So you can set up that broken turret that means you all need to be within like 5 to 10 feet of the pit boy. Otherwise, you will get shot at by the turret that defends your vertibird. And-
I'll let the new guys know that. Like,
Okay, stay within the Pip-Boy range. All right.
Yeah.
They're close to me.
And then you make your way into Camp Bullis. There you find Charles Zanko. See if I can share his image.
There he is.
All right, you got him. Good. He is there along with several other members of Crockett's men, as well as this person who is standing near Charles Zanko. You're not used to somebody being that close to Charles Zanko when they're here. They're usually, 10 to 20 feet away or like outside on the outskirts, patrolling, keeping watch for any other hostiles. But this guy is actually standing much closer to Charles Zanko, almost as if he was in a conversation with him before you guys rounded the corner of the rubble. What do you do?
I guess. Do you want to have the info, Eugene, or shall I?
Go for it. You can go for it.
So, I've got the stack of papers out and basically ready to hand them over. We believe this is the information we were sent after. It did not go as planned. We were unable to avoid casualties on Red River Company's part. Or ours, unfortunately.
Not to put too fine of a point on it, but I am aware of your difficulties. I understand that one of you has a bit of a mouth on them. But more importantly, one of you has a good diplomatic sense, if it hadn't been for the other. And he'll look at Hazel when he's speaking about the diplomatic sense, and then over at Leo when he's speaking about the big mouth. Things were almost successful without casualties. However, it's not the casualties that we're concerned about primarily. That was the story. What is lost and what is more important, more frustrating that was lost is the man on the inside. And he'll look over at his companion here. This is William. I'll let him introduce himself more to you later, since it was his cover that you have destroyed. We no longer have a man on the inside of the Red River Company. And since it was your actions that destroyed his cover, well, now he gets to ride along with you.
Call it a reward, so to speak. Hi, I'm BB. And he'll offer his hand out to whoever will take it.
Alright, Slash would recognize this. I imagine BB wouldn't, but Jack's habitual try to avoid. Not in rude, just kind of sidestep, so somebody else.
Someone else can take the hand.
Yeah.
All right.
So he offers, you're probably in the front-ish, at least, there, Jack.
Yeah.
He would offer it to you, or at least, the first person, and he'll see you step aside, and he'll nod his head and, offer it to Eugene or Leo first before going into to Hazel's character.
I'll exchange a handshake. Like, name's Eugene. I like your hat.
Thank you, sir. You have read your dossiers. They're pretty handy there. As he looks at your, I guess, offhand.
No,
It's his main.
it's his main hand.
Oh, his main hand. Well, okay.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
And Leo, is it?
Yeah, Leo Stahl. I'm with Tang. And I'm the one with the big mouth. So.
Yeah, I know. I was there. I heard it.
You can see Leo is just looking kind of haggard. His eyes are droopy. He's reacting kind of slow to respond.
Wow.
It's not very hot out, but Leo does have sweat on his brow.
Yeah, some flop sweat.
Well, those are good eyes for a sniper. Hey,
Oh.
and they call you Hazel, right?
And that's me.
Nice to meet you. That's a big gun you had on that machine.
Oh yeah, I like my big guns.
Well, yeah, I'm good with my hands too. And he'll pull out his little pistols. He's got a couple laser pistols, and of course, he's got the laser musket strapped to his back.
Nice.
So you're going to be traveling with us now?
Well, there's a few things that need to be handled. So, we make sure that, just to make sure the things are handled.
Yeah, Charles will speak up at this point. Yes, I understand that it may not be ideal for your party, and you may choose not even to work for us anymore if you perceive this as us trying to control you. However, I assure you that we're not trying to control you, we're just trying to look out for our own interests. William will have certain information to try and guide your party in certain situations when it's a mission that you're working for us on. However, any missions you take on that does not directly involve Crockett's men, he's just another gun for you to use.
And he'll nod his head and give you a good old smile, you know. I'm here to help.
Have we passed over the research papers yet?
Yes.
Okay.
So Charles will go through the paperwork. He'll kind of look over at William. William nod his head. Yeah, that's everything. Well, everybody give me intelligence. Goodness, there's not really a history one in here.
Yeah, there is. I see a history.
Oh, there is history. Okay.
Yeah, history.
That's the best one I can think of. It'd be more like a knowledge check, but yeah, intelligence history, which I think that is the default for in history anyway.
All right.
This is the difficulty for me is one higher.
Okay, so you do not pass.
Just like the Balrog, I shall not pass.
All right, so Leo, you are too preoccupied with there's a daddy-o on your belt. You got it right there. It's right there. It's right.
It is right there.
I shouldn't.
That
It's just
actually brings it up. I've been having issues trying to find how I can get Daddy-O back on my sheet since I consumed my last one.
Oh, I'll just drop it in chat there.
Campaign item. Okay.
You can, you should be able to find it underneath items in the campaign tab as well.
In the campaign tab, I looked through items. Maybe I was just looking in the wrong spot, but I couldn't find it because there it is.
Well, maybe
I
it
can
wasn't
see it
shared
already.
properly.
Oh, okay.
It may not have been shared initially. I tried to get everything shared, but there's so many items.
There's so much stuff, and like you said earlier, you guys haven't really been messing with the drugs, so
Yeah.
I don't blame you for not having that shared.
But it is
awesome.
marked as shared now, so I'll go through that at some point. And it looks like if I drag it over to the chat window, it automatically shares it as well. So
Yeah, it did. It did automatically pop up in the items after that.
All right, cool. But everybody else, aside from Leo, who's struggling with, should I take it? Should I not take it? To be or not to be? Everyone else is just suddenly realizes, wait a minute. William collected all this, put it in a nice stack for us and everything. Why didn't he just take it? So you're all having this thought in your head. If you want to discuss it amongst yourselves, or just if somebody wants to blurt it out, whatever. I'll give you a few moments before Charles continues.
Yeah. Jack kind of glances at Charles. I presume if things had gone as planned, your man here would have been unable to bring the information?
That is correct.
Okay.
If things had gone the way we had planned, if his cover had not been blown, then no, he would have remained embedded with Red River Company and been unable to bring it to Well, I don't want to give you too many of our operational details since you're not full-fledged members, but we use other methods of communication with our spies.
Yep.
Although I guess what you're really asking is why didn't he just bring it since his cover was blown?
I presume he was continuing the mission as best he could, but that's between you and him and whoever all else is in charge of your group.
Well, it concerns you and your party as well.
Hmm.
When we give missions, we expect the people that we gave the mission to succeed at it. And when they're unable to, then we will use our assets. In this particular case, yes, his cover is blown. Yes, he could have brought it back. But that would have put a bad taste in your mouths with us, would it not? Because then you would not have been able to complete your mission.
Well, either way, the mission would have been finished, but yeah.
Well, you would not have received this if he had brought it back instead of you. And he drops 4 bags of caps on the table.
All right.
There's 1,000 for each of you.
Okay. That makes things a little easier.
I should have bought all 20 of those. Daddy-O's.
21.
21.
There were 21.
Hmm.
So yeah, basically what he's explained to you is like when they give a mission to somebody, it doesn't matter if another opportunity comes up for them to complete it. They're going to give as much opportunity to the person they gave the mission to in order for them to complete the mission and get the reward. Because they give their word, they're going to keep it. They're not going to try and go around behind you and complete it another way that's cheaper.
Yeah, they're not like the Red River Mercenary Company. Come on.
Not at all. Yeah, no, honestly, that came out more sarcastic than I wanted it to. They are not at all like the Red River Company.
Well,
so,
well, now that you guys have the research, what's the next plan on getting that drug off the streets?
well,
Or
it's
out
not
of production.
really on the streets at this moment. It's staying with the Enclave and Red River Company, although their relationship has soured thanks to the actions of our embedded personnel and actions on your part as well, which means we should see less of it in the field when encountering the Red River Company. And we've not seen the Enclave use it on their own personnel. That's why they contracted Red River Company to use them as the experimental people to put this drug into. So now that they don't have their experimental or their guinea pigs, as it were, we really shouldn't see this drug being used anywhere. No new cases, at least. And with this research, we should be able to find a way to counteract its effects. Should we encounter it again, we'll have the ability to do that.
So you guys are working on anti-addiction things?
No, not anti-addiction, but reversing the evolutionary effects that this drug has. This is a modified or yet another modified version of FEV, if you're aware of that.
Oh, I don't know if I would be or not. I don't know if Leo
I think
would be.
for Leo, it would probably be like mystical rumors, but not really a real thing because you never.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen the effects of it. You've seen super mutants, obviously, but the general concept of super mutant, it's all just radiation mutation, not some drug that's done this. It's the radiation.
Exactly. Yeah.
So info about Mariposa and Fallout 2 were not
General knowledge
in the NCR. Okay.
Yeah. Because that's
especially like
unfortunately
100 years later.
Yeah, but it's also very few people knew about it going on to begin with. There's like a solo person with a small party that went and killed the master. So the chosen one, and just a few Brotherhood members who knew about it. So outside of that, your common folk, which most of you guys your background is more in that common scenario, would not know much about it, or would have heard about it and just chalked it up to legend.
Yeah. Wasteland stories.
Yeah. So yes, we're working on more antidote rather than killing addiction, because this is a drug that they were using. They would use multiple doses on individuals depending on which variation of the drug, but it didn't really do. It's not an addiction drug you take every time. It's designed to mutate and give permanent changes. I believe your party at one point, if probably before you joined Leo, but this party encountered one of the super mutants that was created by this particular drug. And I see that you still carry that vial with you, Jack.
Yeah. Mostly so I can refer to it when I encounter it.
Indeed.
Hopefully we can entirely get rid of this stuff.
That means getting rid of the Enclave, which brings us to the next mission we have for you, should you choose to accept it.
Sabotage an experimental bioweapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we still have a man inside the Enclave, and we'd like to keep it that way, which is why William will travel with you. He knows a lot more than he's going to be able to tell you, but please do trust him when he says certain paths are not available because it will rupture other operations we have going on. So in a little bit deeper south, which is somewhere south, we believe is the Enclave primary headquarters. You were in a substation when you got captured of the main HQ, but not the main HQ itself. But every time we go further south, we get closer and closer to finding their main HQ. But in this particular one, there is a facility that is creating a biological weapon. They've completed the research on this weapon, but fortunately it is not yet in the hands of the Army. And the facility where it is produced at has been discovered by some very aggressive scavengers. So there's currently a conflict going on between the Enclave security force at this facility and the scavengers. We need you to go there and destroy the facility with all of its research and personnel. Convince the scavengers to leave the area for their own safety if possible. We are also aware that there is an Enclave contingent on its way. We have no other details about its size, though.
All right.
Questions?
So just a search and destroy mission, huh?
That is correct. Since this facility has contained the information. Unlike the serum, the research has not been spread out to other places or being tested in other areas. We don't need a copy of it. We don't want to take the chance that we would lose the information or somebody would steal it from us and recreate it. It just doesn't need to exist. We needed the research on the serum because it's out there, people have been affected by it, and we need to find a way to reverse it. But with this particular biological weapon, we just need to destroy it and set the research back as far as possible so nobody can recreate it with ease. I would recommend that you have Hazel speak with the scavengers. She had success with the Red River Company, had a deal worked out with them and everything, and I believe she would have success with the scavengers. And no offense, Leo, you should stay away from the scavengers.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. That's fine. Does everyone feel good about the mission, and is everyone happy to proceed with it? I think it's a good idea. It sounds like this weapon's really dangerous to the public, and I want to help get rid of it.
I agree.
Hey, David, did you see my note?
I did not, because I don't get the notifications from Discord, but I'm working on it now because I have several notes from a couple of people now to reply to, so I'm just going in order.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I kind of figured.
It doesn't
I
matter.
kind of figured.
Get
Start
to
it
it.
up.
Oh.
Well, I'm thinking if we got to destroy this building, maybe some explosives. Hazel, you're good with bigger guns. Are you pretty good with explosives too, or?
Good question. Let me check.
Maybe get you like a missile launcher or something. I don't know.
No, not really. No. Big guns are my speciality. Energy weapons are pretty good too, but explosives not quite my thing.
Fair.
I'm fairly good with explosives.
I'm also actually
No.
pretty good with explosives. I've got max rank, I just realized.
Though I do worry that if we start blowing up the facility, it's a biological weapon. If any of that aerosolizes, it may be able to do a lot of harm.
That's why you're a knight of the Brotherhood of Steel. That brain.
There are ways.
Sure. we're not all scribes. We're not scribes. The name escapes me. The researchers.
Yeah, that's scribes.
That is correct.
That is a scribe? Okay. Yeah, we're not all scribes.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, there are ways.
Yeah. Okay, that is a good call. So we might not want to blow it up because it might be an airborne thing.
Well, we'll find out what we need to do when we get there.
Yeah.
And kind of look to Zenko. Do you need us for anything further, or shall we get on with it?
Sorry, I was typing and
Yeah, that's okay.
registered that you said Zenko's name, but yeah, it didn't fully
Got
register.
a lot of
Do
text
you need
messages
us
on
for
our boy.
anything further, or shall we get on with this?
That's all I have at the moment. I do urge you to return here as quickly as possible. I hope that you don't lose anybody else. I understand that you had to take the time to go and deal with that, but any other delays, we're at the point now where the Enclave is moving quicker. They're building up to something, and our man on the inside just doesn't know what it is yet. He's not high enough in the ranks.
Right. So, I guess time to leave.
Yep.
All right. So if everybody will bring back up their Texas map. So let me move the marker. So there. I don't have the, it's another throwaway location, so there's no permanent icon for it. But if you look at the solid quest marker, oh, I duplicated it somehow. That was not intended. So let me drag the original off to the side. So yeah, down there, southeast of the Army National Guard location is where you're headed.
Is that a Tang? Is that a Tang operation?
No, it is the Army National Guard is like that was an old base for the actual U.S. Army National Guard.
Okay.
So it's just the base, ruins.
Just the base.
Yeah. There's, if you look over here, this one here is a Texas National Guard, but it's also just a base. It's not their actual operation, your quote unquote modern day and Fallout operation. It's just an old ruined base, but that's the inspirational name for Tang at this point. All the actual Tang locations will be colored in brown.
Oh, okay. I see.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sectors, 4 days by foot. You can make it 3 days with the Humvee if you go back and get the Humvee, but then it'll be more than 3 days because the Humvee's at Raven Watch.
It's a while away.
And it'll be 2 days with the vertibird. Actually, probably a lot less than that. What was the rule on that? Let me pull up the house rules.
I think it was 6. Wasn't it 6 squares for
right, I was doing however many. What the speed was is how many squares you could do in a day. So let me pull up the vertibird. Party sheet. There it is. Finally, I forgot where the party sheet was. Speed 6. Yeah, so six sectors in a day, 6 counties in a day. So you get there in a couple of hours. Honestly, vertibirds can probably fly even faster than that for as far as the counties go. So it's figuring that math out is annoying to make it realistic, but also work with the mechanics.
So that's as the bird flies or whatever they say, the crow. Maybe we do have to move around storms and stuff like that. So not fly over super mutant area. Yeah.
Well, if you fly high enough, it's also 500 miles per hour. That's not even going to be 500 miles from where you are to that marker.
Yeah.
So using the vertibird, we'll just say the vertibird is your fast travel. As long as you're within Texas.
Okay.
Now, if you go, like if you're going to go from the further south end to the furthest north end of Texas, we'll call that an actual day. But otherwise, anything. Oh, you know what? We'll do this. The 6 counties is all within an hour or less.
Yeah. I think that's actually what you had done. And then that's what the Humvee does at 2? Well, no, I guess we were doing 2 squares for the Humvee. Never mind. I think 2 squares for the Humvee is great.
Yeah, because it actually has a 2. It is a 2 and 40 miles per hour. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. However you wanted it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna. We'll redo the Humvee because it can't have the exact same math as the vertibird because the vertibird has a much larger mile per hour of 500 miles per hour, and the Humvee is only
I guess
40 miles
that's
per
when
hour.
you get it up to speed. I mean, if you're not, I guess 6 is like the combat speed, really, right?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, yeah, less than an hour to get to your location.
Right. So, less than an hour to get to the area.
Does BD have any directive orders? Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. Apologies.
That's
And
fine.
you can type that to me.
Yeah, I'll, nothing in particular on this particular mission. It is a like the asset that's within is not in danger in this area. And since there's already scavengers there, that's your cover for how you know about it. And so it's get rid of it.
Mhm.
Right.
No longer. That should. Oh, is that not? Yeah, it does. Okay. All right. You arrive. Where do you want to land? Do you want to just attack from the sky? What is your plan?
Personally, would like to land a ways off and
Yeah,
march
like a
in.
mile out or something.
Can we find the scavengers?
Well, the scavengers are engaged in combat with them. You can hear that in the distance a bit.
Oh, okay.
If you land a mile out, you're going to hear the explosions because they're using high yield
yeah.
explosions.
I didn't
And,
realize they was fighting.
So landing a mile out. Oh, reset your power armors. You took the time to get those repaired and everything. And the
Fucking
fusion
hell.
core. Somebody got the fusion core for the vertibird?
I can start tracking it.
Okay. Just go in, since you're the one doing it, you got the perks for it. Go and it's got the total number of charges that you can have max, and go and for what we've been doing here, bring it down by 3 since the time you started using it.
Okay. And it's just taking a single fusion core.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it.
All right. Okay. So you're trekking in on foot?
Mm-hmm.
Eugene, you're going to want to put power armor on. No, so you didn't have it on.
No, I get out of the vertibird. I'm slapping that on.
Yeah. So while you guys are dealing with Slash and everything, Wrench has been getting all your power armors back into shape. And has done a good job of it.
Right.
And the only one without power armor is William. Of course, the Crockett's men don't use power armor that much.
Yeah, I'm not sure if BB's trained to use power armor.
No, he's not spec'd for it.
Right. So yeah, head in, I guess.
Yeah, as we get close, will I be able to use my sniper scope to kind of get a lay of the battlefield?
Yep. You get close enough for that, and you see that this research station has been set up in an old... Oh, where'd that image go? There it is. and an old pre-war facility. You do see the scavengers have taken positions on the south side of it, firing kind of uphill a little bit, not a lot. It's just a small incline. Getting things ready here for you.
Yeah.
Time of day.
Beat me to it.
Huh?
Time of day.
Time of day. Technically, you can arrive at any time of day you want.
Well, are we coming in the middle of some kind of engagement?
It's going to be ongoing for a while. These are aggressive scavengers, almost raider-like. So they're not your typical scavengers that are going to be wiped out in 20 minutes. They're strategic.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. They know this place is viable, especially since this high-tech group has moved in. So they're really aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any reason anybody who doesn't want to show up just after sunset?
No, that's good with me. I have night eyes. I can see in the dark.
That works for me.
Yeah, fine.
Does that give me time to go and install a jetpack onto my?
Roll me on wrench, roll a repair real quick.
Wrench roll. Target number should be 16. It's just weird.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out at some point. So he does have 2 successes. So he's able to do all the repairs quick enough, and you, if you want, he could have been working on your jetpack.
I'm good with that.
All right. I don't have. So go. Yeah, if you can find it, go ahead and put that on your jetpack, on your power armor.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, that's frustrating. Don't have the image I thought I had. Oh well. How many? This map, small map. Got to zoom in, or big map. I got to zoom in so I can see everything right.
Yeah. He's a big boy. He's just a big boy.
Oh, did somebody adjust that image?
Shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't do touch nothing.
Something happened to my token.
Whoa.
Yeah, you guys are not. Your tokens are not on the map yet, so.
That's fine.
Set a. And get lighting. What time of day did you want to go?
Dusk. Just a little after.
All right.
Yeah, we need a little darkness.
Let's
Shadow.
see. 55 point. Yeah.
There we go. Now I got it going right. I just gotta find some scavengers. Depending on if you guys convince them to leave or not. I do apologize. I thought I had an image ready for these guys, but there's not one ready for them. There's a particular Enclave soldier that just, their token will be an E.
Oh my goodness, Mando. I am out. You just took me out of it. I can't play like this.
Right? I'm having a hard time with it myself.
My immersion is broke.
Anyways.
I am the immersion breaker. Get these guys added to the combat tracker. Alright, so are you going to land a mile out north or south? I guess you'll go south. You'll fly over and see the scavengers and approach from the south. That way you can easily talk to the scavengers without having to go through the Enclave at all.
Okay.
Apologies, it's taking a moment to add this stuff to the combat tracker.
That's fun.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Move this up. Just enjoy the music.
I think I know all the words to this song now.
It is the only one with words.
Yeah.
A little bit of trivia while I'm getting you guys added to the map itself. This song, actually all these songs, I'm fairly certain, but I know this one here for sure, is completely AI. The music, the words,
Yeah, I think
everything.
you can tell by the vocal, like the way that it sounds is like the vocal is very AI vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot more like full-blown AI lately. One in particular I really like, I've been getting a lot of Viking like music videos, and everything from the ground up in the music video, the music, the lyrics, everything is AI generated. And I'm like, there are certain points like, okay, AI, you really meant that, like the hand went through the head, it's really messed up, but otherwise it's like, it's a really slapping Viking, I'm gonna kill everything song. It's cool. But all right, you guys are on the map. You should be able to see things now.
Yep.
I see dead people. Sorry.
Flash?
What?
So before I add the scavengers to the map, we'll say that the scavengers are just kind of here ahead of you. We'll have you guys talk with them.
I can't see anything on mine, by the way. It's just the grid.
Just the grid. It's probably taking a moment for the map, for the actual image to load then. If you zoom out, can you see the... No, you can't, because they're hidden. I mean, there. You should be able to see the hostile tokens at least. If you zoom out.
No,
Look.
I've zoomed all the way out.
You zoomed all the way out? Well, dadgummit. They should be visible. Do you see your token?
No, it's literally just like a black screen with like the grid on it.
That's a little weird. You should at least be able to see your token. All right, let's give it a moment and just see if it's like a loading issue. Because it is a larger map. It may take a moment for it to get over to you. But while we're waiting on that, we don't need a map for you to approach the scavengers. They're not straight up hostile. You do see that some of their scouts are watching the backside. They see you. They aim their guns at you, but when they see that your armor is not the same as the Enclave, you don't have any logos of the Enclave, they approach you hesitantly as we're claiming this place. This is our scavenge. If you don't move on, we might have to get nasty. Bueller?
I see it now.
Oh, you see it now? Okay. Who's going to talk with the scavengers? They've told you to move on or to get nasty.
Me.
I just think that
I'll do it.
Reluctantly.
Leo, keep your mouth shut.
I'm not talking.
All right, so they've given the warning of we've claimed this location. I'd like you to move on, or we'll have to get nasty.
We don't mean any harm. We're not here to hurt you. Just we actually want to be of some use here. Can we work together?
But what do you want out of it? Like I said, we're claiming the loot.
Well, it's not a safe place. Just you guys being here, we could offer a little bit of protection to you, maybe.
We're doing all right ourselves. We don't really need any protection.
Hmm.
Can you force the quest? I lost it that we're on. I'm sorry, David. And
That's right.
And
That's right.
all right.
I pushed it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What are my abilities? What can I do?
Is it the reason is because the Enclave is going to send more people or something?
Mm.
Well, yeah, you got several options as to like tell them why it's dangerous for them and everything. Like you can fill them in on the biological things going on, the reinforcements that
Okay,
are on
I'm
their
allowed
way.
to share that. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will basically explain kind of what our reason for being there is, and that we want to keep everyone safe who shouldn't be getting hurt out of this situation, and we're here to protect you and help you, so we feel like you should move along because we don't want you to get killed.
He'll look at you. He'll just his eyes kind of go a bit wide at all this stuff. You start to realize you're kind of maybe speaking over his head a bit, as far as knowledge and everything. And after a few moments, when you get done with your spill, he just kind of shakes his head and says, "Yeah, you probably ought to talk with the boss man. Come on up to the camp, and he'll
right.
wave your party on through." As you get closer. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, that can all stay. As you get closer, you start to hear the combat much more clearly. Behind where the combat is, you see the emplacements where the scavengers are at. Actually, yeah, let me just ping this on the map for you. So all along in here where these cars are, there's a few small barricades set up, and a lot of things around these cars. You see all the scavengers in their positions, shooting, firing, screaming, lots of different things at the Enclave people. And the Enclave are shooting from outside of the building. They're in the building shooting out. There's a few of them are out behind some barricades here. There's a few over behind this truck over here. Just all shooting around. In this section right here, a makeshift camp or forward operating base, if you want military terms, has been set up, where the scavengers are, they got a little parchment laid out with pieces of rocks and wood, sticks, or whatever laid out, trying to do their best to make a makeshift battle map of the area. And they're just trying to figure out how to get in here, get rid of these Enclave people so they can scavenge this high-tech facility. And so that is where you now have moved up to. And the initial guard who spoke with you kind of speaks with the commander, the scavenger leader, and introduces you to him. He turns around, looks at him, and says, "Well, I hear you got some fancy words going on here, scaring my men a bit." I can tell you, it's going to take a lot more than that to make us leave our find.
Okay. I really need you to understand that this is a dangerous situation. I'll explain it. I'll try and explain in kind of layman's terms what is happening, why we're there, and the severity of the situation without kind of using too many big words.
Okay. Give me a speech check, please.
Okay. Do I need to click any of the others, or it's just speech I roll on?
Yeah, just speech with its default attribute. So,
and we do have 9 action points to spend. So,
yeah, if you want to add d20s to it or anything like that.
Is it charisma?
Yeah, it's based on charisma.
Yeah. Speech. Oh, did that work? It worked on my end, but hasn't come up in the chat.
Okay. Well, what'd you get? Well, I guess it hasn't come in chat. You may not know what you got.
No. I just tried it again and it's not doing it. This happened last time that we tried.
Remember to fling the dice. You can't just drop it.
There we go.
All right. So you've convinced them that there's a lot more here than they initially anticipated. However, that just makes him want it more. So there's a biological thing here that these guys have been working on. But that'd be worth a lot of money to somebody. That's better than any scavenge we were hoping to get out of here. I appreciate the intel, little missy, but we got it from here.
Okay, I'll return to my crew, explain what's happened, and see what the consensus is. Like, do we want to just attack them if they're not going to get out of our way and basically turn into the enemy, or do we want to try a different approach or whatever?
Well, the Enclave's a real enemy here, right? So maybe we help him clear out the Enclave, and then we'll can try negotiations again after the Enclave is cleared out.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
He did mention the possibility of that research being valuable.
Yeah, we could pay him. Pay him off.
Yeah. Who's this bathroom?
Watch out! Cover me!
Yeah, I've got opening bid of about 4,500 caps. Start with.
I've got just over 1,000.
Yeah, I can part with that. I mean, that's a lot. If we give him, I mean, that's a lot of caps.
The party in total has 9,955 caps, 14,471 Brotherhood of Steel script, which is worth 2 caps each, and 29,155 pre-war money, which is worth half a cap each. So divide that in half. That's how many caps it is.
Okay, so the party's got money.
Money. Okay. What do you want to do? What type of money do we want to offer, and then how much? What do you think this guy will go for?
Start at 750.
3750 caps?
No, 7,500.
Yeah. That's a good start.
7,500 caps.
Yeah, that way you can go up.
I mean, should we start at 5?
We could
Yeah.
if you want.
5,000 is still a lot of caps. So yeah.
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 All right, maybe I'll start at 5 grand, and then we'll have wiggle room, and hopefully won't go past 7.5.
And any medical needs, maybe, you know, if you need a surgeon or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll still help clear the place out of the enclave.
Also,
So,
may want
that's
to.
Kind of.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, go ahead,
May
Eugene.
or may not want to. You know,
I was going to say, also a way to help with negotiations, we can play on the fact that I highly doubt they know anything about anything about biology. You know, we have a casing crack on that weapon, and you know, their guys suddenly get enveloped in, you know, gene altering substances. What are they going to do then?
Yeah.
How are they going to sell it if they don't know what it is or what it does?
True.
You know, it's only valuable in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing. We can play that angle. Maybe we can convince them to say, hey, but here's X amount of caps, and you don't have to worry about whether you know what that thing does or not. You just get money and you leave.
My character is wearing a gas mask and has an extra gas mask on his hip. Everybody else is in power armor, correct?
Yeah.
Fair to middling chances it's going to be one of those diseases that'll affect ghouls just as broadly as everything else.
Even so, you never know.
Yeah, just
All right. Shall I go and talk to him again then, and see if I can negotiate a deal?
Yep. I guess
Okay.
maybe you weren't asking me, but I say yes.
Well, yeah.
certainly.
Everyone involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go and basically relay exactly what we said. We'll provide arms support. We'll provide medical support, and we will offer 5 grand in cap. Secure this weapon, and I'll explain how we mentioned about there's no use for them to have it. They don't know what it means, what it does, so it might as well be in the right hand for a nice hefty chunk of money.
All right. So this, just so you're aware, Hazel, I think this will be the first time you're seeing it as well, Leo. This may be a staged progression. You've already gotten past the first stage. Convincing them, hey, yeah, you're telling the truth about what's in there. The next stage is, convincing them of the danger, and then after that, it's, what course of action to take. They may like, oh no, we can handle the danger. We've also got gas masks, yada yada yada. But then your next stage is trying to convince them differently. So, it's going to be just a progression level. Each one getting a little bit more difficult to succeed at. But each one will make the actual encounter itself easier. Each one you succeed at makes the encounter easier.
Right.
All right. So you.
Can anybody help her?
Yes, she can get assistance from one other person on this, and their first dice and their roll assists with the successes. So it'll be up to you guys who actually goes up with her, and also supports the whatever she's saying. So you return to
Not Leo.
the commander. How would you like to approach him?
Who's gonna assist? Or do we want to just do that on the fly?
Yeah,
I
maybe
just-
we should just. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
do the assist on the fly.
Okay.
Multiple enemies to our left.
All right, Hazel.
What do you mean?
No, it's up to you to like how are you going to approach his? You know, he's after you. You now understand he's after the results or the monetary value of getting this. Do you want to go straight to, hey, we'll pay you to leave, or approach him about the danger of it?
I
to
will
you.
first approach him about saying we want to assist with the enclave destroying, and we'll provide like medical support where we can as well.
Okay.
So we can both get closer to achieving the goal, and explain the dangers and everything of it, and the complexities of the bioweapon, and start there without mentioning money.
Okay. He'll look at you and is like, of course we're always in need of medical aid, and you guys look pretty well equipped, so it would be beneficial for us to take your assistance in defeating these guys. But nothing comes free. What do you get out of it?
Well, yeah, we want this weapon that you don't understand or know anything about or know how to handle. So I feel like we help you, and then you help us.
I don't need to really understand a whole lot of it. They got scientists in there. We'll capture a couple of them. They'll help us out, and we'll figure out the value of it. I don't need to understand any further than its value. Just sell it.
Well, I already know the value.
Is that so? He just he looks at you expectantly.
Are you open to maybe negotiating a price?
Well, it depends on what you're buying. Yeah, there's still a lot of other scrap in there.
We're not interested in any of that. We just want to get the important thing that we need, and you can have the rest. Obviously, us knowing that we're just going to blow the whole place up. And lose them
Okay,
along.
so you're lying to him.
I'll bend the truth a little bit.
Okay, that is going to be a speech test. We're going to put the difficulty up to 2. This guy, he's been around. He knows people. He can spot a lie most of the time.
AP.
Okay, so
Yeah,
charisma
remember your action
again.
points.
Yeah, you don't need to click on the charisma thing because with
Oh, okay.
speech, it automatically uses charisma.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. You didn't even need extra dice. I'm going to call you Slash a few more times, probably, Jerm. William's sitting there yelling, AP, use AP. You don't need it.
I know, right? Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
So,
But you got target number 14, so
Yeah.
may not need the AP. I mean, I doubted her abilities, and my apologies, Hazel. I
Gotta
do
get
have
to the gap, you see.
Yeah, you got yeah. All right, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, Hazel's not just a minigun. She's not just a Gatling gun.
I'm
Yeah.
a talking
See that?
minigun.
I see that.
all right, so
I see you.
he is able to, or I'm sorry, you are able to convince him that there will be other scrap left over, which makes him, he'll consider a price. He'll say, okay, so we still get the scrap. We get a little bit less expenditure on ammunition with you guys coming in to help us deal with the hostiles. And you get the special bioweapon in there. But we still got to figure out the price on that. I mean, I've sold some rare weapons in my day. Listen here, being a brand new thing that these guys, I mean, look at that power armor on that one. And you see one of the Enclave troopers, he has electrical sparks just sparking from 2 different antennas on his power armor. These guys, they got some tech, so it's going to be worth a lot. I'm thinking at least 20,000 caps to start.
You are crazy. This thing is not worth that at all.
Well, how do we know? I mean, what are its specifications?
Well, exactly. You don't even know. It could just be a piece of junk.
Which then we get the junk anyway.
It's a lot closer to 5,000.
Yeah. You're either shrewd or just plain rude. I'm not sure which yet. He thinks for a moment. He's really scratching his head because you can tell he really wants the assistance in getting past these power armored troopers. But you can also tell he's in way over his head. They've never encountered somebody this resistant before, as far as the Enclave troopers go.
I would say, well, if you don't want my help, if you think you can beat the Enclave and get in there yourselves unscathed, then be my guest, and I'll start to walk away and play my chances at him hopefully calling me back.
Okay. And just to be clear, he has not used the term Enclave. If I've done that, it's a mistake.
Oh, okay.
Going to that, so you just dropped the bomb on him that this is the Enclave. He will, as you turn it back and say, wait a minute, did you say Enclave? They're a myth.
Oh yeah. Do they look like a myth? Look at in front of you.
I mean, this is just another version of the Brotherhood guys, right? The Enclave's a myth. And you can give me a perception survival. No, you actually do it perception and speech.
Works. 1 second. Try again.
No. So there's something in his voice when he's saying this, but you can't quite pin down what emotion it is. You can't read into it yet. And he turns to one of his lieutenants or whatever and is like, "You hear this lady? She says that we're dealing with the Enclave here." And the guys around, they all just kind of laugh a little bit, and you hear comments like, "Oh, they're just a myth. That's an urban legend," and et cetera, et cetera.
Hey, Mando, do the Enclave soldiers, is their power armor, painted in the Enclave brand? With the E and the stars and everything?
Yes and no. So they are all painted black and everything. And they're very distinct. It is the XO1 power armor. However, they don't put their brand on it. They have rank insignias, but not the E with the stars.
Okay.
Okay. I would say to the guy, well, they want to be a myth. That's they try and keep themselves a myth. So people like you underestimate them. But if you think you've got this handled, no worries. Good luck.
All right, give me a speech check. Yeah, I hate your speech checks. It's always going to be 2 successes every time. I got to increase the difficulty. It's a dog at 14.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So he looks like, all right, look. Enclave or not, these guys are, well, I suppose they're living up to the legend of what the Enclave is. They are pretty tough. So like, I'll bring my price down, you know, because you're not only buying the artifact, you're also assisting us here. So, you know, in a way, we got to pay you a little bit for your assistance. I'll go 10,000.
Okay, I think I'll just make the executive decision on everyone's behalf and say yes to that. It's not an insane amount. It's not. We obviously discussed the 7.75 as our starting point, so I'll say yes to the 10.
Okay. So you bring everybody together, tell them what happened, and as you know, you've got 9,955 caps. So you're short 45 caps, which means you'll need to talk to them about, you know, hey, will you take Brotherhood script or pre-war money and exchange it later to get your rest of your 45?
I got 45 caps. I'll just toss in the extra 45 caps.
Well, no, the 9,955 is the entire party's caps put together.
Oh, okay.
When I pull up the party sheet, I can see the totals.
Oh, so that'll wipe us all out. I thought that was like
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. The 10, giving them 10,000 caps will wipe you all out.
Well,
if I could, I'm gonna hop out of my power armor and then say, Warhorse, jetpack flight tests, and then commence bombardment, and have it just fly up into the air, fire off a missile onto the Enclave, and be like, is that worth what we're the caps we're missing? Basically,
okay.
softening them up.
Oh god.
Go ahead and take a charge off of the power or the fusion core in Warhorse. Now I gotta pull Warhorse up again. I thought you were gonna stay in it the entire time.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to just hand over 90 pre-war, like...
But a
Yeah,
missile
just
will do.
yeah, just pull out a lot of old cash, pre-war cash. But no, showing a show of force like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Well,
trying to say
adding-
like, you know, we're worth the money of helping y'all.
In lieu of anything else for the jetpack right now, because I assume you're going to get back in Warhorse. You're not going to have it be a
once it's
Tom.
done.
Okay. So for this little one-off, I'll just because he's doing the jetpack, he's gonna be up high. I'll add an extra D20 at no cost. Let that be his height advantage. And we'll say that hits because he'll just target one of the basic Enclave guys with the low defense. Oh, I closed it. I need it to roll damage. Damage.
Nice.
10 damage. So that's what else is good? Blast. That will damage several of those guys over there. The basic soldiers. Let's go. We'll target number 3. What is their physical resistance? 6. We'll go to the torso, actually, which is 9. So number 3. Actually, it'll damage all of them because the blast radius is close range. So they're all in the same range band. So it gets all 5 of them. Okay. The leader of the scavengers looks at it and says, "Well, you know, that's interesting. They look a little bit more damaged than what my guy's been doing. And you did it before we exchanged money, before the handshake deal. You know, it's like okay, fine. It's worth the 45. So give me the other 9,955.
All right.
4,663 to...
Is BB considered part of this?
Yep, BB's money is part of it.
Damn, bro.
You finally got rid of Uncle Moneybag.
And so that's all. Everybody's caps are set to 0, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I got 10K script, so just gotta exchange some.
And
And I'm gonna be the jerk GM.
that's fine.
One of the men comes back. He's got a syringe sticking out of his arm, and he looks at the commander of the scavengers. And it just tries to say something, and he falls to the ground, and his body just disintegrates. Commander, caps in hands. He's got the bag of the caps. Already got it stashed in his backpack. He looks at that, and another guy shows up. Another syringe, and he actually disintegrates before he even falls to the ground. And
What is going on?
he looks out at the building, and you see a lab coat. Because it's so far away, that's about all you can see for sure. It's like, oh, that's a white lab coat. That's easily recognizable. With what looks like a syringer, and it's firing these syringes and hitting. Oh,
Okay, so
and you just see
I'm
these
in the
scavengers dropping like flies. And
Is
just,
it like
I'm in the-
disintegrating into like ash piles, or is it like goopy piles of goop?
it's a mixture.
Oh, gross. Goopy ash piles.
okay, separated out. Right, and
Okay, so we got Eugene scrambling like a madman to get back into his power armor. BB, you were saying something?
Yeah, the reason I took this position over here is to be in a sneak position.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
to
I
let you know.
left you and Leo back. You guys are both very much the range people, so you're outside the range of any syringer for sure. The leader, a lot of his men are kind of just falling off the front line. Some of them hit with the syringes, others seeing what's happening, and they're just like, nope, me out of there. And the commander just kind of looks at it and says, you know what, it's all yours. And he books it with your caps.
Right.
With the caps.
Somebody
If
shoot
he's
him.
not up, yeah, he's not upholding his part of the deal.
And so
Right.
the combat itself dies down as the scavengers are no longer shooting. And even the Enclave, they're not really shooting because you're out of range of their shots, and the Enclave are kind of sitting there like, all right, we've run these people off. They don't appear to be aware that you're a new or a separate group from the other guys.
Yeah.
okay. And it is kind of getting to the end
Yeah.
of the session.
Yes, that is.
That is end of
So-
section.
All right.
So just so we're clear, the deal was for them to assist us taking out these guys, right? So they are breaking the pact by running away.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
we have to survive to tar their names. Okay.
So yeah, everybody make sure your caps are at 0.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so you still got your script, you got your pre-war money. There's and
Yeah.
That's fine.
just so you know that number of caps included Slash's caps because I've not removed them from the party yet. So it took his caps too.
Thanks,
Wow.
Slash.
I had spent a good much, so it really wasn't that much.
Yeah, he had like 200 something caps on him.
Yeah, I had just spent a bunch. Extra sledgehammer, some ammo, shotgun. Yeah.
All right. Any questions before we wrap up the session for the day?
No, I think I'm good. What a fun session today, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Then our next session will be the 6th of June for session 68. Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Thanks for
And,
just keep me
could
updated
you,
on Discord if not.
hmm
Could you record that message that I gave to Jack?
You want me to pull it out of the video
Yeah,
and
clip it.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I can do that.
Appreciate it.
Sorry. Now that you told me that, I'm thinking that we're doing good because I don't record to my hard drive with this. I'll probably need to go to YouTube and pull it down and grab it there. I could clip it, but clipping with Twitch is like if you're not right at the moment, it gets annoying. But I can just pull from YouTube and pull it in my editor and go to it directly.
If it's not, if it's not an issue.
No, it won't be a problem. It's just what's the best way of doing it. It'll take me all of 30 minutes probably, if that. All right. So we'll see everybody for the next session where we will pick up right here in the middle of this combat. It will be the same scene. So any scene lasting effects will maintain where they are. Although Leo, I don't think anybody's picked up any or used any scene items right now. Leo's just suffering from withdrawal.
I'm suffering from the withdrawals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless
I
you
guess
take it.
right. I'll take one right now, just at the right as we see the betrayal of these scavengers.
Okay.
I'll just take a Daddy-O.
Yep.
That way, that's already prepped for next
And then
time.
it's there on it. All right. So thanks for watching. We'll see everybody next time.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
So yeah,